Yo, what's up everybody? It's your boy Slim, aka Mr. Different, back with another video. And today we're gonna be looking at 3 different tips to help you get a little bit more harder hitting kick drums, because kick drums is the most important thing in hip hop, modern hip hop, trap, R&B, all that. So I want to show you some tips that I use. They're very suggestive, and hopefully they will help you guys get the sound that you are looking for and make your stuff hit and bang. So that way you can make that money, because that's what everybody wants. They want them kick drums to smash. So with that being said, I'm gonna play this little loop. Oh, before I forget, if you can, follow me at Instagram, Twitter, and SoundCloud at MrDifferentTV. Also hit the subscribe button and the bell notification so you will be notified when I drop a new video and you don't never miss a great tip like this. So yeah, let's play this little drum loop I got real quick. Very simple, very basic, but who cares? Oh, well, yeah, that's basically just a kick drum, but here. So we're gonna make that kick drum hit just a little bit harder and stick out just a little bit more with 3 different tips. So the first tip that I want to give you is gates. Using a gate plugin. Now, doesn't matter what gate you use. Hold on, gotta sneeze. I guess I lied. Anyway, it don't matter what gate plugin you use. I'm using Fat Filter Pro G, which is my favorite gate to use. Waves has a dope one. FL Studio has one, but I think it's built into the Fruity limiter, which is not really useful. I know there's one by Floorfish that's absolutely free. Yeah, there's probably other free ones out there, but use a gate. As long as it has a threshold, ratio, range, attack and release, you should be straight. As long as it has the basic function of a gate, then you're pretty much straight. So default or not, it doesn't matter, just as long as it's a gate. Now, what a gate's gonna do is pretty much we're gonna control that tail end of the kick drum and just make it a little bit more sharper sounding, a little bit more focused sounding, because we want to just kind of cut that tail. So this is what it sounds like without a gate. Of course, I'm gonna solo it. Okay, now let's bring the gate in there. Now, if you're listening, you should be able to hear there's a little bit of click added to it. There's a little bit of, I guess you can say, you can hear the sustain disappear. That's what I really want you to focus on. Focus on the tail end of the kick drum and how it just kind of neutralizes it or just brings it down a little bit. So focus on that tail end of the kick. Like, listen to it real close. So before. See how it goes from being like boom, 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 boom to boom, boom. Like it just kind of, I can't make the mouth noise, I'm sorry. But you see how it just kind of goes, it's really sharp and really fast because we're pretty much cutting at that tail end. So what I usually do is bring the threshold down to a healthy level. I bring my ratio all the way up. I bring my range all the way up, and I have my attack fast and my release fast. And that just kind of cuts out. It's gonna add a little click depending on which you use. Like, I know some don't add that little clicky noise, but I kind of like it because the click just kind of, it makes it be able audible in like smaller speakers. And a lot of you EDM producers like that use that click sound to kind of make your drums hit hard or whatever. So yeah, a gate's a very simple way. It's not super noticeable, but it does help out. And it you know, when you compile it in the mix, you know, it works really well. So yeah, a gate. Now on to the second way of getting your kids hit harder. When we're using transient shapers. So there are a bunch of different transient shapers out there. I like to use the one by Kilo Heart because it has a couple of different features and I like, but there also is a transient master by Waves, and there's the free transient processor built into FL Studio if you own the suite version, or you can buy it for like 99 bucks or something like that. I don't fucking know how much, 50 bucks, something like that. Or you can get, there's Bittersweet, Bittersweet's free. And there's some other ones out there I know for a fact. Just type in transient shaping plugins, and there should be a list of free ones and paid ones that are just good. As long as it has the basic attack and sustain controls, you're good to go, because all you really need when it comes to this. So what a transient shaper allows you to do is allows you to pretty much shape the transients of the sound that you're processing. So the attack portion will be like the initial transient or the initial hit. You be either make it louder or you can make it quieter. You can make it more in the back, push it back, or push it more forward and more punchy. The sustain actually takes the tail end of the transient and either lengthens it or shortens it. So you can make it sound really long, like got some reverb kind of effect to it, or make it really short and snappy to where it just kind of like hits and goes away instantly. And that's what I like to do with my kick. So here is the transient shaper. This is before transient shaping, so it bypass so you can see. need to turn it on, don't we? Now I'm gonna add just a little bit of attack, probably about 30%, and I'm gonna bring down my sustain because that's like what I like to do when it comes to my stuff. Now, this is what it sounds like. Before, after. See how I'm just boosting that initial attack and then bringing that sustain. Now you can go even further by bringing the sustain all the way down, boosting that attack like crazy. You get some kind of clip and distortion effect. You get some clipping and stuff like that. I wouldn't advise that. Be careful with it. But like, reason I like the Kilo Heart one, which I think this is a free plugin on their website. Check it out. I think so. As a clip button, so it does a little soft clipping, so you kind of push that attack a little more. And it simply soft clips it a little bit, and it sounds good. Even though you think it's distorting, it's not really distorting. It's being soft clipped, so it's smoother and it sounds better. So yeah, transient shapers, they're great to use. Use any one you can find. Great, easy way to get instant knock or instant punch in your kick drums. And speaking of soft clipping and everything, the next one is, of course, clipping. If you ain't clipping, you're tripping. Now, I like to use soft clippers. My favorite one to use is, of course, K-Clip. It is the best soft clipper on the internet, like hands down. Then they got a new version coming out real soon. They got version 3, which is even better. So K-Clip is definitely the best soft clipper plugin out, hands down. You don't believe me? Look at all the pros and all that. They talk about this all the time. It is dope and it's worth the money. Or you can use Fruity Soft Clipper, which is a great one. I think Fruity Wave Shaper, if I'm not mistaken, Fruity Wave Shaper, you can actually turn it into a soft clipper by adding a point, I think. By doing something like this, you essentially turn it into a soft clipper because you have a gradual clipping point. You're not having like a very sharp clipping point. You know, you can turn it into somewhat of a soft clipper. See how it's kind of same thing, but threshold. So either way it goes, you can use either one, no matter. So what this allows you to do is to kind of push it to the point of distortion and then rounding off the transients so it's not as harsh as it would be if you're, you know, just straight distorting it or clipping it. So here you go right here. This is without K-Clip. And I got to route it to channel 3 now. This before K-Clip. Now I'm going to put some gain into it. We're going to push some. Oh, turn it on. Oop. Whoop, sorry. Loud. Push about 5 dB. And then we're just going to smooth out them transients by softening it a little bit. Now, like I said, it sounds like it's distorting and all that, but it's not because you're soft clipping it. Like I said, you're taking those transient, those peaks, and you're just pretty much smoothing them out. You're not chopping them off like with a hard clipper. You're smoothing them out, so it's just a more gradual kind of transient effect, and you can push it a lot harder. So if you want to get a little bit more, you know, loudness, this is a great way to do it. Like I said, even with the Fruity Soft Clipper, you bring the post up. Like I said, it's a very simplified version of it, but same thing. You bring the post up to bring the level on you, just a threshold to where it's clipping off. Like this is like no clipping. This is like, you know, got that gradual soft clipping sound. So yeah, works very good. You can put some more level into it, all that, and just get a nice punchy in your face sound. Like I said, it's a great way. Like if you don't want to use compression or nothing like that, this is a great way to make your stuff hit harder, sound punchy. And it's 3 simple tips. Like I said, I use a combination of all 3 of them. I will gate it, then I will transient shape it, and then I will finally soft clip it. And that just gives me my in your face, punchy, hard hitting kick sound. And that's how I do it. Like I use a combination of all 3. You can use 1, all 3. You can mix it up, whatever. 2, mix and match. I don't care. Do what you got to do. These are just some tips that I use to get that punchy kick sound for my production. So hopefully you guys learned something from this. If you got any other tips that you have that you want to share in the comments, please leave below. I would love to hear what you guys know and what you guys use to get your punch, because hell, you might help me out, you might help somebody else out there as well. So y'all already know who it is. Without that being said, It's your boy Slim, aka Mr. Different, not motivated by the money, but the like, comment, subscribe, and views. I appreciate all you guys for coming through. Make sure you thumb this video if you liked it. Thumb it down if you're a hater, because we got them out there. And with that being said, I will see you guys in the next video. Have a good one, everybody.